Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors. It is a glorious Friday afternoon here, and we got expirations here on Friday and AMC stock memes for the day. And what do we see here on the charts? Bitcoin coming up, hitting the top side of the range here at about 41,000, and coming back down to 35,000, playing out a little bearish divergence there, exactly where we thought. And we have something I want to mention. We got 43 followers here. I'd love to get it up to 100, guys. So go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. Yeah, I just want to bring up a couple of things. One, happy Memorial Day and happy holiday on Monday. Hope everybody has a great weekend. What are we seeing today? Funding rates are slightly negative. Open interest ticking up from about 5.4 billion to 5.6 billion as price action comes down a little bit. And we got the fear and greed index here today coming in at 821. So let's just get right into it in the price action here. What do we have here? We have on the daily, again, creating another lower high, which is kind of what we thought after the throwback here of the Wyckoff top distribution. And so we had a bounce off of 34 back up to 41 and putting in another lower high. I am overall long-term bullish, and I want to bring up one thing. It's called the it's like a Wyckoff accumulation chart. So what do we get after the first markdown? We get a throwback, so this bounce up here, if you can see that. So a bounce from here to there. That's kind of what we just saw. And that's leading me into my overall bias that we are probably going to see some accumulation between, call it 45,000 and 30,000 on the low. Could we dip slightly below there? Yes, over the next few months. I think that's quite likely to happen. And that's what we would want to see here. Back onto our charts here, onto our secondary charts. And I'm not going to get bullish until we see the blue buy signal on the hash ribbons, which is down here. Currently, we have no blue buy signal. The last one was back here before this major momentous move to the upside. So what I will say, though, is let's get back over to our chart here on a 4-hour. So, hey, any kind of closure here below 32,000. I am going to give us a target down to about 25,000. So any kind of 4-hour closure below 32,500, probably going to get a target move down to 25,000. There is no threat of Bitcoin putting in a major momentous move to the upside as long as we're closing 4 hours below 41,000, this last lower high, 41,500. So that's what I would be keeping an eye on. If we do get a 4-hour closure above there, 41,000, call it 41,700, I'd be looking for maybe a 5,000 to 7,000 rip to the upside. But until that happens, we're just still creating lower highs and lower lows. So one thing I did want to mention also is the weekly trend. I'm going to put back our regular charts back on here. Just to bring this up. The weekly trend has been your friend for the entire history of Bitcoin. Anytime we've seen a weekly reversal, that's been your major macro trend for a while, like a year and a half to 2 years. So while the short-term trend is down, I do want to offer up some hopium here. And I'm looking at this from a macro view. As long as we don't close a weekly below 32,000, which is this level right here, this last lower, creating a lower low, we're good. All right. As soon as we do close a weekly below 32,000, we're going to be officially in a downtrend. And I would look for, a rally up to the mid to lower 40,000s. but then I'd be expecting another lower high. So for right now, I do still go with the former trend, and I expect some accumulation on the lows here, and that's what we'd want to see for a longer period of time. The longer it takes, the better it is in my experience. And then, we could talk about targets around 70 to 80,000. So if you look at this accumulation, Wyckoff, like this is what we should get over the next few months. And then a try for a stronger move to the upside as long as this $30,000, $32,000 region holds. And, I'd be looking at targets around 70, 80,000, not 250,000 this year, like some people are saying. Another kind of bullish thing I wanted to bring up were the tax laws, which I did read them. This is really good information. I recommend you read them yourself. But what it implies when the IRS comes out and says, hey, here's the new tax laws, it replies real adoption is coming. It shows you, we're going to be able to use Bitcoin in actual real ways, which I do think is coming, and the infrastructure is being built up. And with these tax laws, I want to reiterate, they came out a couple of weeks ago. Go read them yourself. It's actually a good thing. And basically what they are saying is that they're preparing for Bitcoin to become a very, very important asset class in the years to come. In the next decade, they said usage is only going to go up. The government essentially preparing, and the government reminding you of something normal, which is you actually have to pay taxes. So remember, I know it's annoying, but yeah, the IRS, whenever you move more than 10,000 into cryptocurrency, and again, this isn't tax advice. I'm not an accountant. Go ask your accountant. But whenever you move $10,000 of cryptocurrency, you're supposed to report it, and that's a pretty common law with any kind of sort of asset. So they're legitimizing this asset class, not tearing it down. So I think most people have, been massively backwards in their opinion of, when the IRS came out and said this. And, here's what's likely to happen over the next few years, in my opinion. We take some good things from Bitcoin and good things from traditional markets, and we add them together for something better overall, over time for Bitcoin. So it's not going to be used as a peer-to-peer payment system. I know that's in the white papers, but I don't think that's really the end goal. It's more of a store of value asset. I know that it's in the white paper, right? But that's not how the government is viewing this. They made a clear and obvious statement. This is not a currency, it's an asset. And if it's a cryptocurrency asset, it's an asset. It's not a fiat like Dixie, which, fiats need to be flat. So again, rounding off this week, heading into our Memorial Day weekend, in the shorter term time frames, on a 4-hour, what I would be looking for, if we get a break below 34,000 to the downside, a quick move to 32 or $30,000. If we break 41,500 to the upside, I'd look for a quick move up to about 45,000 right here. And so I will mark that off. With that, I'm signing out, wishing you a wonderful, blessed holiday. Thank you, all you veterans out there. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your holiday. Take care.